Good evening, everybody. It feels good to be back. This is episode 25. 25 of the Dragonbane campaign here at the Adventure Archive. I would like to take a moment to thank the players for playing for, I just checked, and it's something like 8 months we've been playing this game. Pretty crazy. I didn't realize it was so long. Didn't realize this campaign was so long. I think you can play it at your own pace if you'd like. We tend to play it a little bit slower, which it's cool and sucks because Free League's also coming out with another campaign very shortly. I believe they released the pre-release version of the PDF this month, so we got to get cranking on it. So anyway, and thank you guys out there for sticking with us for so long. Don't forget to like the stream, like the VOD if you're watching in the future. It really helps us on the algorithm, and yeah, we continually get steady views, so appreciate the support there. And yeah, so thank you, first and foremost. Patrick, who I got to meet in person in Stockholm, Sweden. Good times. You guys saw it on the community post. Yeah, really cool dude. So thanks, Patrick, for all the hard work you do. He even walked us by the Free League offices in Stockholm, where I shot a wave at Tomas, and he's just like, who the fuck is this guy? He waved back, though. He was on the phone. Maybe next time we'll get to go inside. It's a cool little office with all of the posters of their games on the walls. But yeah, and thank you, musicians out there. Andreas for the soundtrack, as well as Null and Heimat and Der Catastrophe for allowing us to use this music, because that's helpful for the ambiance, I think. And speaking of audio, chat, please let me know if anything sounds out of whack. I know sometimes these streams can become unpredictable. So outside of that, I think we're good to go. Oh yeah, of course, got to hang out with Darrow himself. Well, actually Reginald / Darrow in Gothenburg, Sweden.
Indeed.
And we did talk about Dragonbane. We did.
Yeah.
So good times. Yeah, we need to, I don't know, we gotta have some kind of Dragonbane live play in Sweden sometime. That'd be cool. We can organize.
Yes.
All right, anyway, so recap time, because I'm sure, yeah, so Joey knows Path to Glory is the next campaign. And, oh yeah, you're also rolling in the chat. That's great. There's also a roll functionality for those of you who didn't know, or you can roll with your dice at home. Exclamation point roll, I believe. So recap, like I was saying. Well, the party returned back to Outskirt to find it in flames. And specifically, the 3 Stags Inn was in flames. Reginald, being the heroic knight he is despite his age, dashed into the inn to try to save anybody who was in dire need of it. Thankfully, there was nobody, but still, the inn eventually collapsed. And I believe it was Sariel who went there first and was accused of bringing this terror upon Outskirt, because it was done, they found out, by the elf who went to go seek her out a few days ago. I can't remember how many days it's been. But yeah, he's somewhere. We don't know. I know. But he's out there looking for her, or perhaps looking for the heads of her party members, because he mentioned that for every day she delayed, he would take a head, or he would kill a party member. So we'll see how that goes. Anyway, so while they were while they were outside Outskirt, there's a surrounding farmstead. There's some farmlands and stuff, and they heard a shout, a plea, that drove them back into the city gates, where they witnessed a woman who has a child that has gone missing. And I believe it was Reginald who got another vision from some mysterious force that seems to talk to him. Whether it's madness or truth, nobody knows, but he seems to follow it. And he heard one word, and that was sacrifice. And that drove them westward to the Iron Forest. Very, very quickly. They made their way. They decided to set up camp, or attempt to set up camp, in the darkness of the foliage there. But we didn't have some great rolls. I think Sariel herself failed her bushcraft roll to try to find a suitable place to sleep. And I think Gideon succeeded. However, Day succeeded and Reginald failed. So we have 50-50. But before they are able to bed down to sleep, there's moonlight trickling through the trees, painting enough of their environment to where they can faintly see what lies before them. And that is shifting shadows. And twigs are snapping. The ground is rumbling. It's almost as if the forest itself is moving. What would you guys like to do?
Do we see anything?
You see ever-shifting shadows.
Can we make like an awareness roll, perhaps? See if
So
we
yeah,
can
you just
see
just tell me what
anything
you want to
else.
do. Like, are you trying to like move closer to the movement in the shadows to try to distinguish it? Are you trying to like light a torch? Like, just tell me narratively what you'd like to do, and then we can see what we gotta roll.
So Day has climbed a tree, which she always does.
Okay.
And I guess she will be. If she can hear anything with her big old cat ears.
Yeah. So okay. So you climb this tree. Day climbs this tree. Why don't you roll me a spot hidden, please? As the treetops are swaying, and you're getting kind of an indication of something going down in a certain direction. 19. Unfortunately, fright or shadow is obscuring you. Do you want to push that roll? That's a
No.
19. No. Okay. So you just see tree limbs shifting, leaves falling, tumbling to the ground, shadows moving. What about Reginald, Sariel, and Gideon? Anything you guys would like to do?
Um, Gideon's gonna kind of crouch down a little bit lower and put his ear to the ground, see if he can kind of distinguish what's coming through sound.
So you do that, and it's definitely like just the entire. You hear like the earth itself groaning. It's really difficult directionally to deduce where it's coming from.
Am I able to determine how many of what's making this noise?
It feels like something very big. Something this large would have to be this large to make the earth move and have no directionality to it.
Right. So one large thing as opposed to a lot of small things.
Yeah, and you guys are days up in the tree. Gideon has his ear to the ground. A branch cracks and collapses into this kind of pseudo clearing you guys find yourselves in. And you hear a boom. You don't really see anything though. Sariel, what are you doing as all this is going on?
I guess I'd just be looking around trying to figure out what's happening. I mean, I'm pretty good with woods. I'm a wood elf. Is there anything like I would notice in particular?
Well, why don't you are you gonna like look around? Are you going to listen? Like, are you moving, staying where you are, trying
Um,
to get a certain vantage, like Day climbed up a tree, anything like that?
um, yeah, I guess I'd maybe try
Cursing
to climb up a
some
tree.
forest talk. Okay, you're gonna climb up a tree as well.
Yeah.
Okay. Why don't you roll me a an agility, because everything's shaking. This is a very precarious situation. So let's see if you make your way up that tree. Oh yeah, let me. Sorry guys, let me unpause the game here. You succeed. So yeah, you skitter your way up to a high bough, and you're going to look around, I guess. So why don't you roll me a spot hidden while you're up here peering through the branches? Okay. So you do see something. You catch a glimmer of moonlight glinting off something. So you know, in this forest, everything more or less is matte. So it's tree bark, it's leaves that are not super reflective in the moonlight, but you see something that looks glossy, wet. You might even say it looks like an eyeball. And it's staring at you, glinting with moonlight, and then it disappears. But you manage to pinpoint its location more or less, and it's as if a tree itself is walking toward you guys. So one last thing. So I don't think Reginald tried anything yet. Would you like to do anything to round out the party's turn?
Reginald takes out his battle axe. It's now drawn. He would also, he strains his old man eyes to try and see if he can be aware of what is going on as well.
Okay, yeah. Why don't you roll me a spot hidden? And let's see if you can spot anything. No, unfortunately, your old eyes are unable to. But that's okay, because you hear a voice. At least you think it's a voice. And it says, "You are not welcome here." And you feel it in your guts. You feel it in your bones as the trees are shaking. The ground is shaking. The stones around you are the stones on here and there are kind of clacking together as they're rolling. And you hear another crash, another massive step, you think, perhaps. Sounds like a battering ram against the earth. And it's coming toward you, Reginald.
Does everyone hear the voice?
Yeah, everyone hears all of this, yes.
Okay, Reginald is gonna try to hide his axe.
Okay.
He's not holding it up because I imagine an axe would be quite traumatic to a tree. And he will try to explain what they're doing here.
Okay.
We mean you no harm, Master Tree. We're looking for someone, a child who's been kidnapped. They went this way. We need help.
So you do see shadows lean toward you, and you do see two pairs of eyes behind this like cavernous face of sorts. And it says, "You bring blade, axe. Give it here now." And you hear this creaking of wood, and this, you see like the light changing as something slowly reaching out toward you.
It's ceremonial.
It's a ceremonial axe. I just hang it above my fireplace, I swear.
Yeah.
I just moving it from my old cottage to my new one.
All right. Shit. He's gonna throw the battle axe on the ground.
Okay.
In front of him.
Okay. Cool. Okay, so you throw it in front of him at your feet, I guess, right?
Yes.
Are you gonna say anything, or are you just gonna? That's gonna be your display of whatever it is you're trying to communicate.
Yeah. He might say something interesting like, we are not here to cut down trees. We're here to fight bad guys. But in a much more medieval and cool way.
So he considers this. "You, forest child, does he speak truth?" And he's directing that toward you, Sariel.
Yes, we're not looking to have any issues with you. We're looking for a child.
Child.
Have you seen one?
No.
So you can tell that this creature, this massive creature who's kind of stooped down somewhat before you, littering the ground in front of you with twigs and bird nests and all kinds of tree matter. He still seems a little bit perturbed. He's looking at the axe. He's reaching toward it, hesitating. It's almost as if he's wounded by the mere sight of it.
Day is gonna cast light.
Oh, okay.
Um,
So let me, I'll put you guys somewhere else. Let's do this really quick. I gotta give you guys some tokens.
so she casts a bright light in a 10-meter radius.
Okay, 10-meter radius. Let's make some light. Is it a is it just like a white light, like a persistent white light?
Yes, I guess so. It just says bright light.
Okay. Let me make sure this is 10 meters here.
And it's from a focus of my choice
Okay, so where you want to focus it?
on the axe.
Okay, so I guess right in front of you. So there we go. So yeah, this piercing light, enters this forest clearing, and you see this giant tree-like creature. He kind of throws his hand, well, what he uses as a hand in front of his eyes. He's kind of taken aback by the sudden light. He seems stunned. He's blinking. You see bits of bark kind of just dripping away from his flesh here and there as he's trying to gather himself.
Now that we see the creature in the light,
Yes.
do we recognize it? Perhaps
Well,
a beast or
anybody, if you'd like, I would say probably Gideon, right? Don't you hunt creatures, Gideon?
Yeah.
So why don't you roll me a beast lore? I'm guessing you probably have the highest.
Ooh.
Yep. Okay. You succeed with a 2. So yeah, you see in the brilliant light of the forest, despite the overhanging foliage of the trees, you recognize this as a treekin. And I will put up some beautiful artwork that is from the monster book, the bestiary. Where is it? Kin. So the chat can see. Oh man, where are the trees?
I'm guessing fire, damage, weakness.
There you see this behemoth, although he looks extremely friendly in this artwork, holding little birds. But yeah, this is more or less what you see in the shadows. So you do know that Gideon, for sure, with that roll of a 2, you know this is a treekin. You also do know that they are very, very fearful of fire and axes in particular. There's many legends of woodsmen going to the woods to never return and mysterious axes left outside the forests. That's the only thing that ever remains of them. So
would treekins be considered a monster then?
they're a creature, yes, in this world. They're
Is
not a
there
playable race or kin.
well, are they is there a distinction between creature and monster?
No, so the thing is what you guys should think of is that most things, I think outside of like demons, maybe, any creature can be, well, I shouldn't say any creature, but most creatures of any kind of intelligence can be reasoned with. They can be persuaded, perhaps. They're just creatures. They're not like kill, kill, kill all the time. So I guess in meta gaming terms, don't think of anything in the monster manual, to my knowledge, except maybe a demon. But I think demons can be reasoned with as like just, oh, I can only kill this thing or only fight this thing. Does that
Right.
make sense?
Well, the reason I asked
Is it a mechanical
was
thing?
because well, it's my weakness is Monster Slayer, and so it says all monsters are evil and must be
Oh,
slain. And I'm
I
trying to figure out if
see.
this
I'll
would be
tell you what,
considered a monster.
I will let you decide that. So that is totally up to you because it's your background. I think there's room for interpretation there.
Okay.
Chat, I guess let us know what you think. Joey out there, who's active in the chat. Um, do you
I guess I
think
just didn't
Gideon?
know if there was like a certain category.
No, 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 no. Yeah, it's totally up to you. Because yeah, I would argue that yeah, Treekin kind of they walk the line of like just mystical creature that is not evil or good. They just are. Um, but you can absolutely classify them as a monster if you want. Like if Gideon is just gung ho wanting to kill any kind of thing that is not a humanoid esque. I guess this is kind of humanoid creature. Then that's up to you.
So Gideon's gonna get his whip at the ready and kind of step out from the side. And by God, watch out! I think that's a monster.
Okay. All right,
He's
you
gonna
guys hear
see
that?
how it responds.
So this giant creature is again collecting himself right after day. Um, cast light. So I'm gonna allow Reginald and Serial if you guys would like to do anything before I narrate the outcome of what Gideon's doing. Go ahead.
Gideon, no, 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 no. He's not a monster.
Are you sure? Most monsters that I've seen are about his size. Well, his demeanor too. He seems very
Yes,
monsterish.
I understand, but he is not. Trust me.
All right, I'll trust you this one time. But if you're wrong, I won't trust you again.
I'm of the forest. I know these things.
Reginald is gonna start touching the short sword he has in reserve,
Okay.
but he's not gonna draw it, which he took from the cultists that we fought.
Okay. All right. So as all of this is going on, the treekin seems to be unfazed by what you said, Gideon, and he, whatever it is, reaches down and grasps the axe by its handle, kind of doing one of these things, because you can tell it's very, disgusted by this tool, and he just kind of grumbles and looks at all of you and begins to crash his way back through the forest, swaying the entire way with Reginald's axe in hand. What's up, Sculpting Chin?
Oi!
So
Reginald
you guys
is
can,
pissed.
yeah, you see this. I mean, he's moving pretty slowly. So if you want to pursue or just let it be or do anything else, and that is, let me know. Because he's not attacking at the moment.
The light is fixed on the axe right now. So wherever...
Oh, it's attached to the axe? Is that how the magic trick works?
That is, well, it doesn't really say, so I'm just inventing. Yeah, it says it illuminates a 10-meter radius area around your focus and lasts for 1 shift, so 15 minutes. So basically, he's walking around with this sphere of giant sphere of light. Yeah.
Okay.
So Reginald is gonna follow.
Okay, you're gonna just follow him.
Yep.
Okay. What about go ahead.
Day jumps down and scuttles after.
Okay, what about Serial and Gideon as you guys see this orb of light? It's kind of cool because the light is shooting out almost these volumetric rays through the tree branches as well as the misty air.
I'm gonna climb down from the tree and follow that.
I'll follow.
Okay. So yeah, this guy, he's moving, I guess, slow for him, maybe a little bit more quick for you guys because his strides are so long, but he's just making his way actually quite gently through the forest. So he's not like, you know, falling or felling trees or anything like that. He's slipping through them almost, I don't know, you might say expertly. And he constantly is glancing over at this thing, and you hear the magic. And you can see him kind of slowly rearing back like a baseball pitcher. Wood is creaking. It appears as if he's going to throw it any second now. Does anyone want to do anything?
I'm gonna try to wrap my whip around the axe.
Okay, all right, I like this. So you're gonna try to run up there and whip, do an Indiana Jones on this thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so why don't you roll me a whips? We'll see if you manage.
Ooh, I'm glad I
Okay,
rolled that
so
up.
yeah, the end of your whip coils around this axe in the hand of this treekin. And what do? So you have the whip goes taut. You can see his hand. He doesn't quite notice it. You can see him starting to tremble against the pressure. Doesn't quite know what's going on.
Does he seem like he's about to throw it, or is he still
Yeah,
finding?
that's exactly what it looks like. So, like you said, he's reaching back, you know, like a baseball player, getting ready to hurl it. And right when he's at the lowest point, you manage to wrap your whip around it. So you successfully did that. So you can either basically do nothing or pull the whip, whatever you'd like to do.
See him sending me flying.
Yeah, he could pitch you any second, and I'm talking like any second now. So let me know what you'd like to do.
I'm going to go ahead and tug on the axe.
Okay, so why don't you roll me a strength roll?
Is Reginald, before you roll, is Reginald, could Reginald run up and try to help?
I guess explain to me how Reginald's going to help Gideon.
Well, basically, he runs up and grabs the whip at the base.
Okay, so you're gonna like help him pull,
and when
like
he
a
feels,
tug of war.
Yeah, when he feels Gideon pull, he tries to do the same.
Okay, so yeah, I'll give you a boon on your strength roll. And then Sariel, are you doing anything while this is going down?
I'm
No?
just watching, hoping that this pans out.
Okay. All right, so you succeed, and you tear the axe from the grip of the treekin, and it's just tumbling end over end at you, and it just sticks in the ground, in the earth. And the treekin, you know, again, he's very he's moving appropriate to his size, which is very slow. So he kind of notices something. The weight from his fingertips has been taken away, and he's trying to collect himself, trying to figure out what the hell happened. So you guys have another moment to do what you like as the axe thumps into the ground.
Yep.
Reginald, are you next to me?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna let you grab the axe. I'm going to jump out of the way into the brush and try to hide.
Okay, you're gonna just run away. I love it. So you take your whip, and then you just bail, basically.
Yeah.
Okay. And then Reginald, you are.
Yes, so Reginald goes for the axe. And yeah, Day is gonna try to talk the treekin down this time.
Oh, I like it. Okay.
Because she is magic and she is a beastkin.
She is a beastkin.
Okay. So basically, she says that he needs the axe for protection. It's not to be used against you or any of your kin.
Okay.
But as you can see, it's very magic, and you can't just throw it away.
Okay, so Day, why don't you roll me a persuasion roll or bluffing roll, whatever you'd like. You can do bluffing. You can do
They're both shit.
Sense.
So.
Or you could figure something else out too, like do some kind of strange performance. Just a little better.
No, she's gonna go for the persuasion.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Look at that.
Not a problem.
3. Success with a 3. Look at that. No matter how low your skills are, folks, always go for it. Okay, so you utter these words to the treekin, and his brows furrow. Some more bark kind of trickles away. And he again looks over. Where is Sariel in all this? Is she kind of off in the distance?
No, I'm there. I'm just watching.
Okay.
There's not really much I can do.
All right, so he looks over at you, considering, looks back at Day.
Very well. Be gone from this forest.
We
I
will.
will give you safe passage. Rum dum dum. For a room.
Day cuts the light as soon as he says that.
Okay, so the light is out, and boom, it's out. You are back in the silvery half darkness of the Iron Forest. So, as this tree thing.
What's your name, sir? What's your name? She yells after him.
You hear just
Rum dum rum rum.
just some weird grumbly tree man sounds. So you guys are
I'm gonna
left.
add that to contacts.
Oh, I'm gonna go call my buddy the treekin man and see if he's got any tips. Well, I imagine all you need to do is show up in the Iron Forest with an axe, and he will reveal himself. Rowan, like the tree type. Oh, that's a cool name. I like that, Joey. Rowan. Or Birch.
So how far did we venture from our our
Not
campsite.
far. I'll say like, I don't know, maybe. It doesn't matter.
So
I'll say you're close enough.
yeah, so we should probably get back and try to re-roll a bit of bushcraft and stuff.
Ah, I see. I see. You're trying to reattempt. Do you have to wait a stretch? I should have probably reviewed the rules for what is it? Sleeping, camping.
Yeah, I mean, this will be edited out of the podcast.
Maybe depends on how lazy I am. Although people
Well,
love to.
I mean, nothing is stopping us from just trying to make camp again.
Well, I think the rules are. Let's see really quick. I think the whole point of failure is that you cannot, if it fails, the shift does not count as sleep, nor can it be used as a shift rest. So I'm guessing that you have to wait a shift to reattempt. Meaning, what is that, 4 hours? Or 6 hours? 4 shifts, 6, so 6 hours. That would be my reading. So you cannot sleep the shift. If you guys go through a shift, those of you who have failed, that is, which is just Serial and Reginald.
Yes.
And then sleeping is sleep deprivation. Means you cannot. Where is it? Page 54.
Can't roll
for those of
stuff.
us listening. Yeah, so yeah, you need at
But
least
we're
one
not-
shift of uninterrupted sleep every day. You cannot sleep with armor. You heal HP as usual. Okay, after 3 shifts without sleep, you can no longer heal will points or conditions. Okay, so that's after 3.
Yeah.
That's
And we're
okay.
not
So you're okay right now.
there yet.
You're
Yes.
within 1 shift, so you're good.
Yes. Would have loved to get some willpower points back, though.
So the rest of you, those of you who succeeded, which is Gideon and Reginald, you guys may roll. You can click on your shift rest button in the character sheet to take advantage of all of that stuff. As the sun rises, so the forest is illuminated. So you guys wake, those of you who were able to sleep. Reginald, you're a bit cranky. Your old bones aren't doing so well. And Serial, oh yeah, I need to move this guy. You're not so feeling so hot either, but you do know that your charge is to find a missing child somewhere to the west in a cave. And I forgot to mention this too. Gideon, you remember that you found these strange spider spines that were, you guys identified as some kind of strange cult that makes offerings. So that is where you guys are headed right now. So what would you like to do as the sun rises upon the misty vale? I think you're pretty
I
close.
slept fantastic. Reginald, how about you?
It was lovely. I enjoyed myself very much.
That's fantastic.
Day is gonna climb down from her tree,
Okay.
all bleary-eyed. I didn't get a wink. This is rubbish. And while Day packs up Reginald's stuff, he's gonna try to see if he can find any tracks.
Okay. Yeah.
Because
so,
as far as I remember, we only have like a general direction. I mean, we follow them for a while, but then obviously we stopped.
Mhm.
So their tracks are a bit old now.
Yeah, why don't you roll me a spot hidden? Unless are you taking the time to really meticulously look, Or are you guys just kind of walking along and giving it a cursory glance?
No, I mean, we have to know that these are the right tracks, and especially after meeting old Treebeard over there. So we know that other things in the forest can make tracks.
Yes.
So yeah, it's not just, ooh, some broken twigs, let's go this way.
Exactly. So I'm going to say you guys, why don't you roll me a spot hidden? Is anybody helping her look?
Him.
Who? Reginald?
Yes.
Okay. So why don't
Yeah, I'll
you roll
help him
me?
look.
Okay. I give you a boon on your roll of spot hidden if Day is the one doing it.
No, it's Reginald. Reginald's doing it.
Reginald's doing it. His old sleep-deprived eyes? Bane!
No. Reginald is the one who succeeded with his camp. It's Day who is bleary-eyed and angry.
That's right. I forgot.
But Reginald does find some tracks.
Oh, you do find tracks. You do find tracks everywhere, but what really guides your eye toward this special set of tracks are more of those strange fetish. It appears to be destroyed though. Maybe old Rowan or Treebeard, whatever his name is, stepped on it, and you see it sort of just in disarray, you might say.
Does it give us any indication of where we're going? Or where we should be going, rather?
Yes, you can follow these tracks if you'd like.
Alright. Onwards! This way!
Okay, so I will move you guys back to the main overland map here. If I can find it.
Yeah, I guess we should eat as well.
Oh yeah, don't forget to mark off food. The Misty Veil, here we go. View scene. Oh wait, I need to activate the scene is what I need to do. I also need to turn on daytime. There we are. Okay. So, yes, you guys are very close. Let me see how far away you are. You're only 10 kilometers away. Which you could easily make in a shift, if you'd like. Wait, you guys are on horseback, right? You guys have... Oh, you don't have horse? I thought you guys had the horses. Or did you leave the horses behind?
We have the horses.
Yeah, I thought you guys...
We have the 2 horses.
The 2 horses, and you guys are kind of just 2 to a horse?
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, what's up, Era? How's it going, man? Welcome to the stream.
I forgot we had horses.
Yeah, horses. So you guys can make that distance relatively quickly. However, I need you to roll me, Serial, because I'm guessing you're the Pathfinder. I need you to roll me a bushcraft roll, please, to see if the Pathfinder leads people in the right direction. Fail? Really? Oh, no. Okay,
it nearly
sorry. I was looking
onto a 20.
Oh, gotcha. I was looking off screen and I heard, like, you gotta be kidding me. So you succeeded with an 8, Serial. So yeah, you guys make your way through the forest into a clearing over some very somewhat hilly lands till you find a cave. This cave is very dark. You can feel cold emanating from it. Fog spilling from its mouth. And a shift has passed, I guess, if you'd like. Meaning, well, no, a shift hasn't, because you can travel, I think, 30 kilometers on horseback, right?
Yep.
Okay. So you guys are at the mouth of this cave. this is where the tracks have led you to. What would you like to do?
Day is going to sneak up to the entrance of the cave
Okay.
and try to see if she can hear anything or see anything. So they said heal?
Oh, so we can't rest at all?
Not like a shift rest, no. I mean, you could do a, did you guys already do a round rest? Or not a round rest, sorry, a stretch rest. You guys already done that? I mean, you could do that if you want, but you're full of everything. I don't think you need anything.
I just have a condition.
Ah, I see.
Yeah, we're a bit low on magic willpower and stuff. But it's quite possible that we get into 2 fights in here if we want to meta game a bit. So maybe rest after the first fight.
There you go. Okay, so Day, you creep up to the mouth of the cavern. As the cold air is spilling out of it, the hard-packed dirt gets a little moist, a little muddy toward the entrance, as if it's just forever cold here, and the ground is never allowed to fully dry. But it is so dark. But you do see something just at the edge of the cave entrance. It looks like a dried blood trail. I'm sorry, not dried. It's still kind of wet because, again, it's in the mud. And it's leading into the cave. But beyond that, you can't see. It's just so dark. And, you know, even though the Misty Veil is not bright and sunny, it's enough sunlight to kind of... You can't white balance your eyes.
Yeah. Alright, she's gonna sneak back to Reginald and tell him there's a blood track. I guess the others hear that as well. What do we do? Well, I say we go in and take care of business. Lady Elf, Master Frog, what say you to that?
I'm a little tired, but yes. I don't think we should waste any more time.
I
Okay.
agree.
There might be monsters.
There could be monsters. Gideon's gonna go up to the blood and see if he can identify if it would be a type of monster blood that he would know.
Oh, yeah. So why don't you roll me a... what would this be? What would this be? Why don't you roll me a beast lore, I guess? See if you can identify the blood. Ah, success with a 10. So you... How does... Explain to me how Gideon examines this blood. Does he taste it? Does he smell it? Does he just look at it really closely? Does he, I don't know, pour some kind of strange liquid over it to have a reaction? What does he do exactly?
So yeah, he's gonna, swipe it up with his finger, kind of rub it in between his index finger and his thumb, check the consistency. He's gonna sniff it a little bit, and then in the end, yeah, he's gonna go ahead and give it just a little tongue tap. And
okay.
I knew it. I can tell you exactly where this blood belonged to.
So what you detect, it's both from animal and humanoid alike. And one of them appears to be orc blood. There's also human blood. And the other trail of blood seems to be just maybe a wolf, some kind of forest creature.
All right, so it looks like we're looking at a wolf orc hybrid.
Sweet. I've never heard of a creature like that. Can't wait
New
to
type
kill
of
it.
monster to kill it. Yeah, I'll relay that to the group.
Oh, elves recover 2 conditions per stretch rest. Did you know that, Serial? I guess it's like an automatic thing, though. That's what Joey's saying in the chat.
I think I did know that at one point because that sounds
I'm
familiar.
assuming it automatically does it, like, because it's all built in by the amazing Patrick.
Yes, however, we didn't get the stretch rest.
No, we didn't.
Right.
We were going to, but then we started clicking on buttons, but we did that prematurely. Anywho, Reginald is going to whip out his axe and say, "Tally ho, let's go."
Oh, I like
And he's
the
going to
rhymes.
sneak up to the yes, but he's not going to rush in. He's going to sneak up. He's going to take his time, and yeah, I don't know if he's got any torches.
Yeah, I don't know, guys, but you guys all... Does everybody follow?
Yeah. I think I
I'm
have it.
gonna follow, but sneakily.
Okay, so marching order appears to be Reginald in the lead. And then, let's see who else. I guess...
Day is going to be last.
Day is going to be
She's claustrophobic and is not enjoying going into a cave.
last. Okay, between Serial and Day, where do you guys want to be? Like, you guys can be abreast as well. You don't have to be in front or behind.
I mean, I'll just be in front of Dad, yeah.
Okay, so I'll just drop you guys in here.
I don't like it. I don't like it.
Get in.
You hear Serial
Okay, so
behind you.
you guys enter this dark
I don't like it
cave,
either.
and it is completely black in here. There is no light whatsoever. Reginald, as you move forward, you kind of trip a little bit as the ground gives rise in front of you, and you find out that there are stone steps carved into the ground in front of you, but you can just feel. You can't see anything yet.
Let there be light, Reginald doesn't say. Instead, he whips out his flint and tinder and lights a torch.
Okay. So, Reginald, do I have the torch? I do! Boom. So, here you are. You guys are in the cave. You are at the foot of this strangely hewn stone staircase leading up to a circular room. Vaguely circular room. And says it's dark holes wide enough for several of you to walk abreast. But it's going downward. I shouldn't say upward, sorry. It's going downward into the earth.
Before Reginald goes down these stairs,
Yes.
he is watching. He's watching the roof, or the ceiling. He's watching the sides. He's looking at anything that could fall out and smack him on the head. Any tripwires? Probably no tripwires, but yeah, he's not going to walk into an ambush.
Gotcha. So you are keeping careful sight. So yeah, you do see the continuation of the blood trails. Still wet, but again, the ground here, everything's very cold and very damp, so it's difficult to tell if how fresh they are. But they are leading northward into this passageway ahead. But you do see something at the bottom of the staircase, this stone staircase. It appears to be a primitive altar of some kind. And there are some items on top, which kind of difficult to see from here with your flickering torch, but you are more than welcome to approach if you'd like.
So while Day tells him, be careful, you big old you. He's going to head down to this altar.
Okay. So you head down to this altar. And it is primitive indeed. It's stone. It appears as if it's carved from the cave itself. And on top of this altar, you see a few wooden bowls. And they're filled with fruit, pieces of dried meat. They've been lined up, though, strangely, as if in some kind of order, perhaps. But yeah, that's all you see.
Come, take a look at this, Master Gideon.
What do we have here?
You are some kind of scholar, I believe. Maybe you've heard of this strange ritual.
Yeah. Do I identify?
So, yeah, as you're looking at this, Gideon, why don't you roll me a Myths and Legends?
Okay, I am a scholar.
A scholar and a gentleman. You succeed with a 4, Gideon. And yeah, to you, this appears to be an offering altar. So it appears as if people are leaving meat and fruit here in these bowls as an offering for something or someone who perhaps dwells inside this cave.
Am I able to identify what might be waiting in the cave just based off the altar?
No, it's difficult. There's not any kind of markings or signifiers or anything like that outside of it being an offering altar.
What seems to be offered the most? We're talking meats, fruits, and veggies.
It's mostly fruit. There's a few bowls of fruit, and there's pieces of dried meat. But, you know, it's difficult to know if fruit is the preference of the creature or it's just fruit is easier to come by than meat. So who knows? It's difficult to say.
So an omnivore.
Yeah, it could be. It's just a human guy. It's just a guy. It's a regular old human in here. Oh, thanks for the apples. Yeah.
Right, it looks like we're dealing with a middle-aged man.
You do remember, though, Gideon, that the people who, well, presumably stole the child had these spider fetishes with them. They were a spider worshipping cult or group of people. So perhaps this is for a spider. Who knows?
Does anybody have any poison?
Any what?
Any poison?
Poison.
Hmm.
You
Let
don't
me
have to
check.
kill yourself. We'll fight this monster and instead we don't have to off ourselves. While you guys figure that out, Day's gonna take a few steps closer. She is very, very nervous, but she doesn't like that Reginald has walked away.
Okay. Yeah, feel free. You guys can move your tokens where you'd like. Just that's where you're going to be. So if you decide to dash down a corridor, I'm going to assume you're dashing down a corridor with your token. But you guys can move wherever you want to position yourselves on the map.
Also, just for the record, are there spiders crawling around?
That's just kind of a little bit of mood animation. There might be a spider or two lurking. Yeah, there might be some little creepy crawlers unearthing themselves and.
All right.
So what's next? Day, you mentioned you're moving toward Reginald, right?
Yes. Whoa. not that far, sir.
Oh, okay. Just at the bottom of the, or I should say the top of the stairs, before it descends into the cavern. Chamber.
All right, come along. Reginald says, and heads deeper into the old cave.
The sculpting chin in the chat is wondering if you guys have. Does anyone have any arachnophobia?
In real life?
No, characters.
No.
No? No, spiders, no big deal. Okay, so Reginald, you're moving forward. You see a passage open up in the north, leading to darkness, of course. Where would you like to go? It narrows considerably.
So Day, for simplicity's sake, Day is going to mirror what Reginald does, but she's gonna keep her distance. She wants to be in the light, and she wants to be close to Reginald, but not inside a cave. So he's going to head up to the entrance.
Okay.
And Day is going to turn around and say, "Come on, don't leave us down here." To Gideon and Serial.
So as Gideon descends down into the cave as well, he's going to ready his whip in one hand, but light the torch with the other.
Oh, you're going to have a torch lit as well?
Yeah.
Okay. You should be able to right-click on your token and click on the little flame icon in the upper left-hand corner, and that should give you light. There you go. Okay, so Gideon, how are you kind of maintaining? Are you staying behind Day, or are you joining Reginald and Serial? What are you doing?
I think I'd walk next to Day.
Okay. Okay, so Reginald, yeah, you too, Serial. Okay, so Reginald, you approach this this cavern that's running deep into the rock and slopes steeply downward. It's very cold, very damp. You can see the walls glistening with water as in your torchlight. You also smell. Your old nose smells something. It smells plant life. It smells of algae. And indeed, you do see some algae kind of growing on the walls.
All right. That's never good. Yeah, I mean, he's gonna keep going.
Okay, so you make your way through this.
When he gets to about here, where he is on the map, he's gonna check again. Look at the ceiling, raise his torch. See, he doesn't want creepy crawlies to fall down on him.
Okay, so you're taking your time, kind of searching, being aware. Okay.
Yes.
Is anybody else doing anything while he's searching about in this this narrow cave?
Gideon's gonna check for signs of scratches on the wall, or if there's any prints on the ground. See if he can try to identify what's in here as we venture further.
Okay, yeah, you do continually see this the blood trails leading inward. They kind of disappear, resurface, change, so it's not consistent. It's as if one trail ended, another one began. It's hard to tell. There is traffic though, so there is traffic in the in the mud. So it's difficult to say how many people, but humanoids, animals alike, are visible. What about Serial? Is she doing anything?
I'm just looking around. I'm not doing anything specific.
Okay. All right, so you guys make your way continually. You don't spot anything out of the ordinary. It's very quiet, just the sound of the fire flickering on your torch, as well as the your footsteps. The tunnel continues to narrow. You guys gonna just keep going? I think it's a pretty long tunnel.
Yeah, I'm gonna draw my bow once we get to
Okay.
this narrow area.
Yeah, Reginald, your torchlight brings it around to bend.
Yes. Oh yeah, and he's got his axe ready, by the way,
Okay.
in his dominant hand. Not that there's a system for dominant hands in this game, but
Yeah, no worries. So yeah, you the cave, or the tunnel, I should say, branches eastward, and you do see faint glimmer of two. It keeps moving further eastward, but there's also a branching, very narrow tunnel to your left and right, running north and south. It's a little bit ahead of you, though. You keep moving forward, you'll see it.
so yes. So technically, or because of how Foundry works, I am watching through Day's eyes, so I can't. Currently, I can't see what Reginald sees, so I'm gonna have to move her up.
Oh, that's okay.
Actually, it didn't work either.
Yeah, why is your torch not there? There you go. What happened? Turn it off. There you go. So yeah, your
Alright.
torch blazes eastward, and right here and right here are two very narrow passageways leading north and south.
Good. So Reginald is gonna wait for the others to catch up,
Okay.
and Day is not happy at all. She whimpers, and I am considering giving her the scared condition, but
Oh, wow.
not yet.
I like it. Narrative over mechanics.
Yeah. All right. When the others have caught up, he goes down. Reginald goes down into this new passageway, keeping a very careful eye.
Okay.
When he, yeah, I mean, if he can see anything from this distance,
Yeah, you do see something. So your torchlight ahead, I guess maybe let me zoom out so people watching can see. So you are right at the branch, at the intersection. So like I said, you do see a very narrow corridor leading north and south, as well as further east, but that one widens a bit. And you see something sprawled on the ground ahead of you. Far in the distance. It's about, how far is that? Let me do the measurement here. So 28 meters. So that's pretty far.
okay.
It's hard to identify what it is, but something is sprawled there.
So when Reginald gets to the branch, he's
Yes.
going to do a lean in and just check to see for any like immediate dangers.
No, so you look in there, and these they're so narrow that it appears that you'll have to like really shimmy through there. And mechanically, the way it's going to work, if you would like to venture down that, it's going to require an acrobatics roll as you are making your way there. But if you were to abandon some of your equipment temporarily, you would gain a boon on the roll because you would be much more live and slimmer.
Interesting. Well, he's not going to do that. All he wants to know is if there are any like immediate dangers. He's watched Indiana Jones movies. He knows what goes on.
Yeah, you don't see anything. It's very quiet in here, except the faint trickle of the water on the stonework around you, as well as your squelching boots. But that's it.
All right. So he's going to get closer to the body, and Day is following.
Okay, you're gonna look at this thing that's sprawled on the ground.
Yes.
Okay, so what you see, how close are you gonna get? If you're only getting there, if you're getting right up to it, I can describe it in more detail. Okay.
Yes. Okay. Very carefully, he moves all the way.
Okay, you creep forward, keeping your eyes peeled, and this is a larger space, and there's two paths you can see branching northward and further eastward. But sprawled on the floor there, it appears to be an orc, a massacred orc. Their arms and legs have been torn off. And upon further inspection, you can see that in some places the bones have been picked clean of flesh.
That's not good. Well, first of all, Day is going to theater whisper to Cyril to keep up. She's very nervous. Reginald is going to look for any clues as to where where whatever massacred this orc went. So if there are any blood trails leading off into one of these new passages.
Okay, so you're just searching around the corpse, not the corpse itself then.
That sounds like a hint. Well, first of all, I mean, he probably does both. But right now he's looking like where might a threat come from. Yeah.
Okay, so you do see small, very small tracks, almost like crabs walking on the beach, crab prints. But you know there are no crabs, to your knowledge anyway, this far away from the sea. So, and they're leading northward. And they're various sizes. Some are really small, some are a little bit larger, but nothing, almost like if you took your fingertips and pressed them into the mud. Those are the largest ones. The other ones are smaller, more like, let's say, I don't know, bird feet size. But granted, like little finger pricks.
He's gonna ask Cyril, who seems interested in animals, even though she never gets an animal companion, if she knows anything about these tracks, if she recognizes them.
You have a horse animal companion.
Oh yeah.
I'll take
Egg
a
on
look.
my face.
Okay, yeah, why don't you roll me a beast lore roll, please,
Lower.
as you investigate these tiny prints. And you
Oh,
succeed
yes,
with a
these look
7.
familiar.
So if you had to guess, you would say these are the tracks of spiders. Larger than normal spiders, though.
Yes, these large, fuzzy, spindly tracks are spider tracks, I would guess.
I knew it.
A monster for you. Good.
And you also know, Reginald, as you're searching around as well, you see some of the blood appears to be that came from the entrance belongs to this hapless orc here.
So while Reginald is standing guard, he's gonna have Day search the body.
Okay. Day searches the body. Is she turned off by this at all? I mean, it's a carcass with the arms and legs pulled off. How does she feel about this?
I think she welcomes any distraction from her claustrophobia.
Gotcha. Okay.
And she is a healer. She has seen a lot of blood.
Okay.
Plus, she's a woman.
Okay.
Don't like that role. But anyway, yeah. So she looks at the body, and well, I don't know if the body has any pockets, but
Yeah, so
she will sort of search.
Yeah, she finds a small belt pouch, and within she finds 6 copper coins. But also examining further, one of the dismembered arms, she finds a mark, a tattoo on the flesh.
Ooh.
And this tattoo looks like, I believe it's 2. Yes. So it is 2 crossed meat hooks. It's actually not a tattoo, sorry. It's burned into the flesh of this orc. In the right shoulder area.
2 cross meat hooks.
Yes.
Not the.
No, not the demonic mark. Correct.
Yep. Interesting. Lobo has been here. All right. Well, she tells everyone. Are these familiar to you? Do you know who, like, what tribe or something these are from? No? All right.
Who's she asking?
Well, she's asking everyone.
Oh, nobody's
Uh,
responding.
I have no
Not
idea.
to me.
Why don't you roll me a? Yeah, why don't you roll me a? Let's see. Let's just do a myths and legends. Whoever is actually examining this thing
Ooh.
between, I guess, Gideon and Sariel.
Can we both examine him?
Are you putting your heads together?
Well, I'm assuming if they're asking, we're looking, like, individually. No?
I don't know, Gideon, are you?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So I'll say 2 heads are better than 1, so you can roll a boon on your roll while you guys are kind of exchanging knowledge and examining closely. Okay, you succeed with a 5.
Nice.
So you can't quite. Oh, Gideon rolled, so yeah, you didn't need to roll, Sariel. Oh, it doesn't. It's okay. So you can't tell specifically what it means or where it's from, but you do deduce that it is a marking of a faction, of a tribe of some kind. So you do know that orcs tend to band together in tribes, and this is an identifier for that tribe. However, what tribe that is, you do not know.
Have we seen that identifier in passing at all on the Misty Vale?
You have not yet, actually.
Ooh. All right, Reginald. So the game master is rolling private dice for those of you who can't see that, making me nervous. And
I need to just say, like, is there like a blind? Maybe I need to put that in blind GM roll. Let's see what happens if you guys can see that. I don't want to stress you guys out.
yeah, we saw that too.
Weird. Okay.
All right, Reginald is gonna head north.
Okay.
So Reginald can see that there is a tiny branch going off to the right. So he's gonna walk up to it and he's gonna lean in, or lean out, I suppose, and check just to make sure that there are no imminent dangers coming
So
from.
right here, you're going to kind of lean
Yes.
around and check. So it appears that it kind of starts to arc back inward on itself, as if perhaps this area you're in is kind of a circular spot. And you can see just out of the corner of your eye, barely, that it continues. It's almost like it, like a roundabout. It kind of goes forward and then branches in a singular passageway even further eastward. And where you are, you hear the sound of rushing water. Coming north, you hear it faintly as well, coming to the east, the area in which you peeked around.
All right, Reginald is heading north. Very carefully.
Okay, so you head north and you do see this river splitting the cave.
Oh, shit. And what looks like spider web way off in the distance.
Yeah, you do see some spider webs flickering in your torchlight, glimmering in your torchlight.
Interesting. All right.
So
yeah, he's gonna
you
get up to the
approach
edge
this
of the
raging river. So it's black water is crossing you, bisecting the passageway. It's disappearing into the darkness to the east, and you can see the passage though continuing ahead. And like I said, this is a very treacherous crossing. So it's not something you can just wade through.
I imagine that he can't hear anything above the river, or the sounds of the river. He doesn't
No,
hear
it's-
like chanting, or like, we are looking for a cult. We're not looking for a giant spider, let's say. So he's curious to know if there's like any humans nearby with a kidnapped child, first and foremost. But I guess he can't hear that.
No. Yeah, I mean, you hear rushing water in front of you.
Yeah. All right. So what he's gonna do, like the child is his first priority. So he's gonna head down again,
Okay.
and he's gonna sorry to the chat, and he's gonna go down this way instead.
Okay, you make your way, and it does indeed wrap around and converge on a singular passageway heading east, narrowing quite a bit. And you do hear, as you approach, you hear the sound of rushing water as well.
I mean, he's thinking that if we cross the river to the north, there's a huge spider web over there. There's gonna be a fight. He can feel it in his old bones. So his main priority is finding the kid. So he's gonna go this way.
Okay, so you squelch your way in the mud, and it gets even muddier as you round this edge of this this tunnel, and you see more of that black water rushing across the passageway, cutting it in two.
Right. That's not good. All right. He's
You
gonna
do
turn
remember,
back
though,
then.
yeah, that the other two ways to go, there were these extremely narrow passageways that were branching north and south a little bit back before you arrived at the dismembered orc. But it appears that all of the other passages in this cavern are leading to this river that is cutting the way.
Yeah. All right. He's gonna ask the party. Which way do you guys think we should take? There are dangers in both directions, I fear.
Well, if I was a missing child needing rescue, I'd probably be where the danger mostly is.
Onward into danger.
And hopefully victory.
Yes, Lady Elf, what say you? North?
Don't like it, but the frog makes good points. I fear we should go water and spider way.
Well, the eyes have it then. Yeah, so he's gonna go north. And
Okay, so you arrive back at the rushing black water of the river, which is a good, let's see, 6 meters across. So,
right.
yeah.
Rick. All right. Do we have a rope?
I don't know.
I know that Day and Reginald does not.
I don't have one either.
I have a whip.
God, adventuring parties without ropes. That
I feel
feels
like
unusual.
you guys had a rope at one point. Didn't you use the cross? You used it across that river.
That
with
was
a
the
broken
other
bridge.
party.
Yeah, that's true. Morning cloak left with all the gear, including the tent.
Yes.
What a punk.
It's a large tent too. He doesn't even need it.
Doesn't even need it.
But all right.
I mean, we can always retcon that if you guys want to keep it, because I feel like he probably would have left it behind.
I think so too.
We can talk about it when you guys are ready to camp.
Yeah. So they can fly over the. Actually.
Oh, she can fly. That's true.
Yeah. But she is extremely weak. So she's going to have to roll very high on a strength roll or very low, in fact, on a strength roll to succeed. So Reginald is going to ask Master Gideon if he can Indiana Jones the whip. Maybe... yeah, if there's somewhere that he can anchor the whip.
So, I'll say that you guys are kind of looking around the cavern walls. You do see that there are areas where there are fissures. And it is there's no, like, is it stalagmites or stalactites that come from the ceiling? I can't remember. Either way, those kinds. I know Ryan, if he were here, he'd remember because he has a little mnemonic or something.
Stalactites is what it is. So
That's what it is?
yeah.
Okay, so stalactites. There it is. Thanks, Ryan. And you could probably wedge something up there, maybe, perhaps an arrow, perhaps something else to create an anchor of some sort. And then maybe Gideon could use that. But there are no stalactites or other things to, whip.
Lady Sariel, perhaps you can shoot an arrow.
Yes, I could, but what good would that do us?
Deja vu. Remember
Yes.
last time she was shooting
Stand
arrows
back from the water, please.
at a rock in front of a river? Yeah. So,
Yeah,
that's how
Sariel, you look around and you
Lost all my
see
arrow.
you see there are indeed cracks and crevasses above here and there, and you think with a careful shot you could probably wedge an arrow into one of those.
Then we use the whip.
Yes, and then it would create like a
Gosh,
little
the
thing that he
arrow.
could whip and then whoop. Remember, Gideon is a very small
Sure.
frog man.
Also,
Yeah. Probably
Gideon
not
could
gonna-
leap across without a moment's hesitation.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
Gideon's
how
just gonna
far
go ahead
can-
and do that.
How far can you leap, Gideon? That's your leap ability, right?
So I
Where the,
Should be
where
his
the heck is your
movement.
token?
Gideon is south of Reginald.
Oh, he's on top of the GM. That's why I got it. I had the GM token in the wrong spot.
I can jump as far as my movement horizontally or half my movement vertically with no acrobatics roll.
Yeah.
So
And you have a movement
14,
of 14.
but the that's not in meters, right? So it's divided by 2. So we could
That's
7.
7 squares.
Yeah, 7 squares, which is funny because, yeah, you could totally make that. It's only 1, 2, 3, 4 squares. But then you will be alone on the other side. So I'll let you guys know this, though. Mechanically, you can attempt to ford the river if you'd like, without any kind of aid. And the way that's going to work is it requires a swimming roll with a bane.
If I let somebody use my staff, would that help them wade through?
No, it's because it requires swimming, so I'm assuming it's a
Okay.
relatively deep river, deep enough to get swept away in. So yeah, I wouldn't say that would help.
Could we hold on to the whip? Just to make sure that we don't drift too far?
Oh, I see. Well, so you'd be... I guess I would say I would give you a boon, I guess? Or no, it'd be a straight swimming roll because, yeah, you'd have some kind of leverage. However, there would be the risk that the arrow comes free because you are much heavier.
Well, if we don't use an arrow. So, okay, so Reginald's thinking is, I mean, Day and Gideon can just leap across, no problem. It's only Reginald and Serial who's going to have a problem. And Reginald is strong, so if Serial holds on, or we sort of tie it to her belt or something, holds on to the whip, or tie the whip to her belt, he can pull her back in case she like drifts away into the distance.
Okay, I got you.
That's only going to work for her.
Yeah, you're using a whip as a rope basically and wrapping it around Day, and then the other person's on the other side to like be pulled across or aided, I should say.
No. This is
No?
just to make sure that she doesn't drift like sideways. So in case she fails the roll and starts going.
Oh, you're having her swim and not fly across?
Yeah, I
No,
mean,
me.
yeah, Serial,
Oh,
Lady Serial.
Serial. Sorry, I thought you were
Yes.
talking about day. Okay.
No. And then Reginald is just gonna have to get over there somehow on his own.
Okay, I thought you were wrapping the rope around Day or somebody and then using
Thing
it
is,
into the whip. I
Day
guess it's not
is
that long.
Day is way too small to be able to like counter or help anyone with a strength roll. So she's not gonna be able to do anything. She can't counter Reginald's weight, for example. What she can do is take Reginald's plate armor and fly that across.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just trying to make sure that if Sariel fails a roll, she doesn't just go screaming off into the distance. So he wants to tie the rope or the whip to Sariel
Mm.
and then hold on to it himself.
Okay, so you guys are both swimming together, tied together. Gotcha. Right?
Negative. He's gonna stand on the shore. Just to
So
make
he's
sure that
standing
she
on the
gets
shore.
across. He's gonna be the last one to cross.
Oh, okay. So explain the whip. What's happening with the whip here?
Whip. Reginald has the whip. He's gonna tie one end to like Serial's belt,
Okay.
and he's gonna hold on to
Oh,
the
I
other
see.
end.
So in case she... I gotcha. Okay. So in case she
Yes.
drifts. Okay, at some point, though, I mean, how long is a whip? A whip is definitely not 6
10
meters
meters,
long.
I think we said. Or no.
Let's see.
Yes, we didn't say that.
No, it's going to be 6 to 12 feet. So
Yeah.
1.8 to 3.7 meters, meaning at some point you're going to have to let go,
Cool.
right when she gets to the edge. So you can aid her until she gets,
Okay, if that's too messy, like mechanics wise,
You know what I'll
Extend
say?
the whip from this side and just help pull her across.
Well, it's too far. You'd have to I think Reginald would have to throw it across, and hopefully she's far enough. You're gonna have to catch it and then reel her in. Meanwhile, there's gonna be a moment of time where she could slip down the river.
If
But
we don't want to
Reginald-
do the arrow and whip idea and then use the whip
Yeah, you
as
guys
like
could
a
all Indiana
swing.
Jones across, perhaps, if you want to do that. Yeah, you can try that. There's, like I said, there's ample cracks in the ceiling. If you'd like to do that instead. And then you guys could, swing across.
perhaps that is better. Yes, Lady Serial. Yes.
Although, I guess the hard part's going to be is once... Because the whip's not very long. I guess I'd have to do...
Getting the whip back?
I'd have to figure out the Pythagorean theorem. It doesn't matter. Let's just say it works. I don't want to complicate it.
I mean, if we can, I'll try to shoot
So,
the arrow.
it's
even though
either
I've got
going to
bad
be-
memory.
You're gonna try it? Okay, you're gonna shoot an arrow. Yeah, Joe, you got it. Rule of cool. It's a cool idea,
Yes.
meaning I'm not gonna complicate it with simulation stuff.
And even though Day wasn't there when it happened, she's gonna walk over and hold on to Serial's quiver.
Haha. Okay, in case it
Like
drops,
that.
in case she Rolls a demon like last time.
Like it.
Yeah, sculpting chin. I'll never forget. I remember I used the Pythagorean theorem. I think it was a D&D 2nd edition campaign when I was a kid, and we were trying to figure out the hypotenuse for a wizard spell or something like that. Yeah. We're like, oh my god, math came in handy. All right, so Sariel.
On behalf of all the math teachers in the world.
Sariel,
trying to
you're...
remember how to equip things.
I also believe there is an aiming roll. I think, right? If you take time to aim.
Mm.
Am I wrong? Is this the other game?
I mean, there's a find weakness. Find a weak spot.
I could have sworn there was a, if you take time to aim, you get a boon or something like that. Ranged combat, let's see. Critical hit, parry and dodge. I guess not. Must be another game.
Okay, so I can roll.
You can roll.
With a
Why don't you
boon?
roll me a yeah, I'll give you a boon because it's a static target. You're not trying to hit a moving creature or something. So yeah, why not? Okay, perfect. So you rolled a 2 and you succeeded. So yeah, you take one of your arrows. Whoosh, ding! It wedges itself perfectly. That 2 is a damn good roll. So perfectly in the center of the river. The cavern right up, sorry, the ceiling right above the center of the river. So Gideon, now it is up to you to whip this thing. I'll also give you a boon because it's a static arrow. So give me a whip roll and we'll see what happens. With a boon. Oh my god, barely. A 19 and a 14, but with a 14 you succeed. So you coil the whip around. I'm guessing you're going to just toss the other end across?
Yeah, I'll kind of like swing it across so sure it makes it over to them.
Yeah. Who's going to take first leap?
Lady Sariel, I believe you should go first. I am the heaviest of us. If the arrow fails for me, it's probably better.
This
that
is
you're
going
on
to
the
be
other side.
Yeah, this is going to be an acrobatics roll, but I'm going to give you a boon because you have this handy whip to aid you in your endeavors.
Lady Elf. Reginald is going to take off his plate armor as and hand it over to Day.
Good idea.
Yes, he doesn't want to drown.
Okay, you succeed. Sariel, you lithely swing across to the other side of the river. Plant your feet on solid ground. Well, muddy ground, I guess. So the last one standing there alone is Reginald. Let's see what happens. As he has a boon to his acrobatics roll.
Yeah. Day is gonna fly over.
Okay, Day flies over, easily with her
she's
wings.
on the wall, apparently.
And what is the acrobatics of Mr. Reginald here? It's only a
atrocious.
6.
Yes.
Oh wow.
Let's
see if the old bones can make it.
Does he get a boon? No.
Yes.
For the
I'm giving you guys a boon because you have a tool
whip.
to aid you crossing this river. Yes.
Right. And he doesn't get the bane from the plate armor.
Correct.
That's
Oh, look at that. A 19 and a 3. So you succeed. Are you What are you doing with the whip? Are you whipping it free as you land on the other side, or are you letting it dangle? Dangle. Because that's Gideon's weapon, too. Or one of them, anyway.
Sorry, Gideon. No, if we time this right, so because Day can fly, she can just fly up there and untie it. Once he's done.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
But here's the thing. It costs 1 willpower per round. I'm trying to wheedle my way into only using 1 willpower.
Yeah, I'd say she could do it fast enough, I guess. Maybe I'd require a roll of some kind, maybe a sleight of hand or something to make sure that the whip is taut there. But I would say, yeah, you could just use 1 willpower point to get that.
Okay. Would you like me to roll sleight of hand?
You're gonna do that right now?
I mean, I could.
Are you gonna leave? Are you gonna take the whip down, give it to Gideon, and on the way back, you're gonna have her do that if you need to go back? Or are you gonna leave the whip just dangling there?
No. No. She's gonna. Yeah, she's gonna fly up and try to unhook it from the arrow as soon as Reginald lands.
I see. I thought you were just Reginald with like taking it, pulling it with all your might to free it of the
No. She's gonna agility her way.
Okay. Because I would let you do that if you want to do that. No rolls. So Reginald can like land with all his weight and his strength and tear the whip free. So then you don't have to do the day stuff if you want.
That's excellent. I do like that better.
Okay. I guess the flip side is it's probably going to tear the arrow out of its wedge, so you'll have to redo that again if you choose to cross the river again in the same manner.
That's if we survive.
So it's like
Indeed.
It's
a trade-off.
It's a trade-off, exactly. Up to you. So either Day spends a willpower point to do it, probably rolls a sleight. No, she wouldn't have to roll a sleight of hand to undo it, and then just to redo it. Or Reginald can just tear it free with his strength and his weight.
Reginald is gonna tear it free.
Okay.
Look at this.
I'll say then, Sariel,
Morning Cloak.
retrieves her arrow. So you guys are on the other side safely. There's a cold breeze that's crawling toward you through these spider webs that are crossing the cavern, the tunnel, and they're just swaying in the breeze. But you don't see anything. You just see a smaller chamber ahead, absolutely riddled with cobwebs. What do you do?
Be very, very careful now. So, we could torch the cobwebs, light them on fire, but that's probably gonna get the attention of...
Did we do that last time?
So you guys can walk through, so don't pay too close attention to the illustration on the map. It's not like there's a massive web like barring your path. It's crawling here and there. You guys could freely walk forward if you'd like. The way is not completely occluded by spider webs.
All right. Then Reginald is just gonna walk straight ahead and get killed once he gets to the middle.
You walk straight ahead, and all of a sudden, the walls seem to come alive, crawling. You see just the silky, sinewy spider webs moving, undulating, almost like internal organs, and bursting free of them are these spiders crawling out down the wall, toward you. Some are the size of fists, others are smaller, but they are rushing right at Reginald.
Cool
My
beans.
God, monsters!
All right, so I am going to add all of you guys to combat as this happens, as these spiders are rushing toward you. These tiny but large spiders, larger than usual. I guess we gotta get some combat tunes in here. Okay, so let's roll some initiative, everybody. Click on your cards, please, in the initiative tab to draw an initiative card. Okay, Day, your Reginald, you see these spiders swarm around your savior, your companion, and you rise to the action. So you go first.
Yes, Reginald, Day, I mean, it's gonna wait
You're
until
gonna
after.
swap initiative.
Yeah, until
swap
after
with?
Reginald has, with Reginald. Or well, I guess she's
Oh,
not
wait.
swapping. She's just gonna push to go after Reginald.
What the heck happened? Her initiative disappeared, and now Gideon's up top.
Yes. So she's not swapping. She's waiting for.
Well, that's all you do. That's what waiting is swapping.
Mhm.
You're just changing your turn order. So if you want him to go first, that means... what the heck happened? I think you like deleted her initiative number somehow. Let me change it here.
Maybe the weights overrode.
Clear initiative. What the heck happened? Did you move her or something in the chat?
Yeah.
Or in the... Okay, I think that screwed something up. Let me re-add her to combat. Okay, perfect. So she's 1, so I will swap with Reginald. Bam. Okay, so Reginald, you are ready to go as these spiders surge from the walls, every nook and cranny.
So he's going to swipe at them with the torch.
Oh, I like it. So yes, you can use a torch as a weapon. However, if you roll I think it's a 1 on a d6, the torch goes out.
That's right. Well, I'm just not going to roll the d6. And no,
it's never gonna happen. Yeah. So yeah, you can Where is it? Yeah, it counts as a small wooden club that deals fire damage. Whenever you hit someone with it, you must immediately roll to see whether the flame goes out.
Interesting. All right. So that's hammers. Need to roll? Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Small
clubs
wooden
and maces
club.
and hammers. All right. So he's going to try to roll this little hammer. It's a 6. Garbage. That's a fail. So he's going to get angry and push that roll.
Okay.
Yes!
Oh wow!
God awful.
You rolled a demon.
Yeah.
Oh no! And a
And-
demon. It's been a long time since we've rolled a demon in combat, so I need to
This is bullshit.
look that up. Yikes! Demon roll in melee. If you roll a demon when attacking in melee combat, you miss your target and cannot push the roll. Doesn't matter what you do. You might have suffered an additional mishap. So I need you to roll me a d6, Reginald, to see what mishap happens with
Indeed.
with this torch. So you rolled a 3, which yields a let's see. Your weapon cuts so deep into an object that it gets stuck. Pulling it free requires a strength roll. Counts as an action. So somehow you wedge this torch into the ground, and because the ground is muddy, I'm going to say that it goes out. But luckily Gideon has a torch, and yeah, so the only other thing you can do right now, Reginald, is move if you'd like.
No, he's not gonna move. He's angry.
Okay, he's angry. He's holding his ground, which means next up, Gideon. Oh shit, I forgot to do that. No, sorry, I forgot to begin combat. Sorry, everybody. So the spider sees you wedge your torch into the ground, and some of these swarms of these spiders move over toward you to attack. And you've already gone, so you cannot dodge. Let's see what happens. Oops, I forgot to change it off private GM role. Let me do public role. So these spiders, they come pouring toward you, climbing all over your body. Everyone within 10 meters, though, suffers a fear attack and must roll against will to resist fear. So 10 meters would be Reginald. So again, these are a swarm kind of monster. It's not like it matters where they are in the space. So yeah, that would be Gideon. Everybody? No? Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody. So everybody, please roll me a will to resist fear. As you are just swarmed with these spiders. So Serial succeeds with a 14. Reginald fails with a 13. Do you want to try to push that one? Day succeeds. Gideon, you are the last. Oh, wow. So nice. I'm going to say that actually, if you'd like to, because you rolled a dragon, you can, I don't know, do something to make Reginald not afraid if you'd like. Give him some motivational speech.
I'm going to whip one of the spiders in front of him. Not to necessarily do damage, but just to show that like it's just spiders.
Okay, so you're just kind of like, it's like just narrative. It's not like an action.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, so you are reinvigorated. You do not need to roll fear, Reginald, because of the fancy whip work that Gideon provided you to tell you that, yeah, these are just, hey man, they're just spiders. So,
that's Reginald.
But unfortunately, the spiders get to go again because these are monsters and they have multiple attacks. So let's see what happens now. And I took it off. It's on a public roll, so everyone can see exactly what happens in the chat. So this is a joint attack. These spiders make a joint attack against the player character with the lowest constitution. Who is that?
Ooh.
Who has the lowest constitution? So let's see here.
That would be Gideon and Day.
It's the same?
Yeah, 13.
Okay, so Gideon and Day, why don't you roll me a D4 and let's see, or a D2 and let's see, or D4, doesn't matter. Whoever has the lowest roll. Oh, looks like Gideon, unless we get another one. Okay, Gideon. So Gideon,
or does it
you are
go
up.
after Dragonbane rolls?
Oh, that's right. I know, I keep forgetting. It's funny because some of the rules, like if you roll a 1 on a torch, it goes out. So it's like the low one. I don't know, it's kind of weird. Most of the time, yeah, it's rolling low. So, so he inflicts 2d4 slashing damage on you, Gideon. Armor has no effect, unfortunately, so you take 6 points of damage as you're swarmed by these terrible spiders. You are suffering also a fear attack, so I need to grab a fear table and see what happens to you. Let's roll on the fear table. All right, you are panting. The intense fear leaves you out of breath and makes you exhausted, so you need to take the exhausted condition and take 6 points of damage. Which brings us to you, Gideon. You are up as you were shaking these spiders off your flesh.
Oh,
What would you like to do?
Monsters. Well, we are going to whip them.
Okay, whip them.
So, on my character sheet, it says I get damage bonus for my agility. Do I add that before I roll or after?
It should auto add it.
Yep.
Basically,
If you hit.
Yeah, if you hit, yeah, if it shows that you have additional damage, that should auto calculate. If it doesn't, we'll manually do it, but it should.
Okay.
Oh no! You rolled a 19. Would you like to push the roll and take a condition?
Yeah, we are gonna take disheartened because he really wanted to kill monsters.
Okay, why don't you push the roll? 10. You succeed at whipping this swarm of spiders. So, okay, yeah, it does not. The swarm does not evade your attack, taking 5 points of damage. Okay, there we go. All right, so one other thing I failed to remember, and I always fail to remember, is improvised weapons. So you guys are in a cave, meaning, let's see what we got here. Let's do 1d6. Let's see what's going on here. What we got in this cave? There's a torch.
Ta-da!
So, for whatever reason, in this subterranean spider cave, there is a torch on the wall. And the way this works is, actually I can just show you guys, and I can show the, oh wait, that's not what I wanted to show you, not all that. I wanted to show you this. Oh, show image only. Yeah, this is what I want to show you guys. So viewers out there as well, if you guys aren't aware, Dragonbane has really cool improvised weapons. So yeah, you grab a torch from the wall, strike an enemy within 2 meters, which is, direct melee range. And then you hit automatically though, and hit 2d6 fire damage plus your damage bonus. The attack can be dodged or parried though, but then you can keep the torch. So that's pretty cool. So
well,
yeah. There was a torch.
Gideon, did you take like half your HP?
Oh, yeah, just about.
Yeah, armor had no effect against the spider swarm, unfortunately.
Gideon also just doesn't have armor.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess it didn't matter anyway. So Gideon, you did make contact. You can still move if you'd like. It's up to you, though. I'll say the torch is like, I don't know, right here. On the eastern wall.
Move over to it.
Okay. All right, so Day, you are up.
Yes. Cool beans. Cool beans. She was gonna go for the weapon. But now, I'm just gonna go down here because I try to, I can't select. Oh wait, I can. Shit. All right. She's gonna try to follow Gideon.
Okay. Over to the torch.
Yes, but she's not gonna grab the torch. She's gonna try to heal him.
Ah, all right. What's the healing word, Gideon, or Day?
Well, she's gonna go for treat wound. So
Okay.
she mumbles, Liam Neeson, and
Nice. Liam Neeson.
gives
Oh my lord.
first of all
Magical
she,
My
mishap.
family.
Yeah, I will allow you to. Can you click on the magical mishap button or no?
yes. unfortunately.
Spell blinds you and you act as in total
Jesus
darkness. Roll a
Christ.
d4 every morning. On a 1, you recover. This effect can also be lifted. Holy shit. That's insane. So you're blind right now. Meaning every time you make an attack, you have to roll. I think it's an awareness roll. I'll double check on that, but if you attack.
Yeah. Cool beans.
Damn. Okay. So you are blinded. Your healing spell is flares in front of your eyes. Yeah, you have to make an attack. First, make an awareness roll, which doesn't count as an action. So you're blinded.
Yeah, that's my round.
All right. So the spiderlings rise up in this flash of light and come toward you guys, and we'll see what they do. Mass attack. They swarm and attack anybody within 10 meters. Is anybody gone? Okay, Serial's the only one who could try to... Can this thing be dodged? Yes, I would say so. So if you'd like to use your turn, Serial, and dodge, that's up to you. But everybody else has used their action this round.
Yeah, I guess. Well, yeah, I guess I will.
Okay, so roll me an evade, please.
Damn, man.
Oh my god. You want to push the roll, or are you going to take the fail?
I'm gonna.
You're gonna what?
Fail.
You're going to take the fail. Okay. So spiders swarm over everybody. Ouch. And you take 6 points of damage. Armor has no effect.
Each.
Let me see. Each victim takes d6 piercing damage. Armor has no effect.
Oh, d6? Not just 6?
Well, sorry. I rolled a 6 on the d6, so you take 6.
Cool.
Okay, that's the end of... Or actually, Serial, you tried to dodge. We are back at the top of initiative. Actually, I think the spiderling is going to... They're kind of waiting. They think they have victory, so they're actually going to swap initiative with the guy at the forefront, which is Reginald. So you're up first, Reginald, as the spiders are kind of gloating, I guess, as much as
no
can.
Monsters themselves never wait.
Oh, really?
Yep.
All right, let me switch again then. So then he...
I mean, it's just bad for us. It means that they get to attack before us.
All right, I'm just going to have it attack. Attacking again, and let's see what happens this time. Climbing Horde, the spiderlings come pouring toward the player characters and climb all over their bodies. Everyone within... All these attacks seem kind of like the same. Within 10 meters, suffer a fear... Okay, at least this is it. So all of you guys need to roll a will, please, to see if you can resist fear, as you are just absolutely covered with these spiderlings. Oh! Reginald with an 18. Okay, Reginald becomes scared. Well, then, oh, he's pushing. Okay. So, failed again. Ouch. Serial failed. Gideon failed. So, oh my god. Look at all that. Oh man, we rolled a freaking demon. Okay, so I guess it's time to see what happens with the fear roll.
Actually, Day's gonna try again.
Day succeeded. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so let me scroll all the way up.
For that.
Okay, all of you guys suffered the scared condition, and if you already have scared...
Wait, I pushed it.
Okay. All right, you pushed it and succeeded.
With a 17?
Holy crap, a 17? What did you roll before?
An 18.
Wow. Okay, just barely then. Okay. So then those of you who failed, please take the shaken, or sorry, the scared condition. If you already have scared, then just add another one. But that is it for this spider's turn, or this swarm's turn. Serial, you're up.
Ugh, what can I even do to
Remember, there's a
this
torch on the
swarm?
wall.
Yeah, I guess I'll take the torch.
Okay, this attack hits automatically, remember, and it's 2d6. And then you get to keep the torch if you'd like. So you tear the torch from the wall and bring it hammering down on the swarm of spiders, and some of them shrivel and die, taking 7 damage. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And you have the torch. Oh,
So you
the
should
attack,
be like.
you gotta roll a d6. Why don't you roll me a d6 and see if you get a 1? Okay, the torch is still illuminated. All right, next up.
Serial should be like north of Reginald now.
Yeah, can you move Serial sort of where she's supposed to be? And then, yeah, positioning's not such a huge deal because it's like just a amorphous swarm that's everywhere. So it's not so much strategically where you guys need to be. So Gideon, you are up next.
What did we say the range of the whip was again? 3 meters?
It doesn't matter because are you trying to like hook it on something?
I was going to see if I could hit the ceiling if there was stalactites.
Oh, what the heck happened? Matt's disappeared.
What?
Oh, somebody what?
Somebody raise
Somebody
their hand.
raised their hand? Oh, great. This is great. Lower hand. There. That was... I didn't touch anything, I swear. Freaking Zoom. Okay, sorry. Can you say that again, Gideon?
Yeah. Would my whip be able to hit the ceiling?
Yeah, I'll say why not. I mean, it's just
All
like
right.
a ceiling. What are you
I'm
trying
gonna
to
see if I
do?
can have some like rubble come down on the
Oh, you want to
spiders.
search for a... Rubble. So I think it would probably take more than a whip attack to bring some stones down. But I'll tell you what, I'll roll a... Or you can roll a... Maybe you find a weak spot. Why not? I think I'm gonna have to require a roll for that, which would be, let's say it's a spot hidden, I guess, to see if you can find maybe a loose patch of ceiling. Why not? Okay, you succeed with an 11. So yeah, you find part of the ceiling that is exposed and weak. So why don't you take a whip attack at it and see what happens? Oh man, fail with a 17.
I'm gonna push it.
Okay. Okay, you succeed. You get so angry that you channel that into your whip strike, and down comes rubble. I'm gonna say that's like, let's say that's like a 2d8 maybe? I don't know if there's any rubble damage that I can access, but let's say that's 2d8. Oh shit. Never mind, you roll it, not me. Oh, you did. 2! Oh, I thought that was me who rolled it. Did I roll it? Did you roll it? Did I click on you and roll it?
I think you rolled it for me.
Okay, why don't you click it? That was my fault.
Or I might be telepathic. I'm
No,
not sure.
I think I must have been clicked on your icon or your token. Oh, that's much better damage. Okay, so these rocks just tumble down from the ceiling as you do this fancy whip work. So, okay, there's only a small batch of swarm left behind, and I'm going to roll a... Okay, they're starting to back up, but they're still holding the ground, which brings us to actually the spiderling. I guess they're gonna lash out. They have a turn. Mass attack. The spider swarm spreads out and attacks all of you within 10 meters, and you guys take D6 piercing damage unless you're able to dodge, which I think Day's the only person if she wants to dodge. Everybody else has used their turn.
So she... No. She's gonna spend 3 willpower points to use fast footwork. Which means that she can attempt to dodge an attack without consuming your action for the round.
Okay.
Yeah.
She's
so
also
she's
blinded, though.
Yes. No idea if that affects.
I know that
her
affects. You'd
at all.
think it would affect. Let me see. Darkness. In complete darkness, you cannot dash or hit enemies with a range attacks. Awareness roll. It doesn't say anything about dodging. I imagine you'd have to, but you know what? Let's just say you can sense them with your cat-like ears.
Yes. Alright. Now I get to evade.
You get to
believe.
evade. All right, for free. So why don't you roll me an evade? And I'll roll the d6. Okay, you successfully get out of the way of the spider swarm. Everybody else is going to take 2 points of damage.
This is...
Oh man, Gideon looks like he's down.
Ouch.
Do you guys want to rally him or anything? I remember somebody corrected us on the rally rules recently. On the comments. It's been a long time, so you can persuade another player character at 0 HP to rally and keep fighting. I think you can rally yourself too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Let's see here. Rally another player character within 10 meters in earshot can persuade you to rally and keep fighting despite having 0 HP. That counts as an action, however. If you rally, you can continue acting as normal, but must keep making death rolls as described above. You can even try to rally yourself, rolling against your will with a bane instead of persuasion. So, do you want to drop? Or, I mean, I guess we can wait till somebody else wants to rally him.
Yeah, because I have a 7 in Will. There's no way I'm...
Okay.
And I'm marked
So
as
we
scared.
can wait until someone else's turn before you drop.
Okay.
Okay, so Day, you're up.
Yes. So Day, understanding that her blindness is magic. So I don't know if you remember, but blindness can be dispelled.
Yes.
So that's what she's gonna do.
She's dispelling her blindness. Okay.
Yeah. And she does that by yelling, "Colin Farrell!"
Oh, I'm sensing a pattern.
Mm.
Irish actors. Those are the magic words of Day. I love it.
Indeed.
Brendan Gleeson.
So, yeah, she's no longer blind.
Okay.
But she
Awesome.
has spent her round, and she has 1 willpower point left.
Okay. One final swarm of spiders comes forward. Climbing horror. So you guys all need to make fear attacks again as you are consumed by these spiderlings. Please roll against will. I think all of you guys have conditions too, right? So you're baned. Oh man, Day 18. Day with an 18 fails. You do not have to roll, Gideon.
Okay.
She's gonna try and push that.
Oh my god. Pushed it with another demon.
Fuck's sake. Yep.
Wow.
Fun times. And Reginald who is scared, has already
oh my
banged.
God, a 19? What the? You rolled a 19.
That's another demon.
A 20. A
You rolled a
20.
dragon and a demon.
Yes.
Holy shit. Okay, well, let me roll the fear here. Let's see what's going on.
Actually, I can push the demon roll.
You cannot push demon rolls.
I cannot push
are
demon rolls.
Unpushable. Yeah.
Yes.
So you guys become, those of you who failed, become pale with fear. You turn white as a sheet. You guys all have to take the scared, otherwise something else. Is everybody full of conditions yet? Anybody? Or do you guys still have space for one more?
Does death count as a condition?
You don't suffer anything because you're about ready to
I'm just
roll.
angry, scared, disheartened. I have exhausted, sickly, and dazed.
Okay. So
Yeah. So Day is going to be exhausted, and Reginald is disheartened.
okay.
Angry, scared, and disheartened.
Okay, next round is up, and the spiders actually, let's see. No, they still hold their ground, and they are up first again. Brutal. Did I just roll mass attack? No, I rolled climbing horror. Oh man, D6 piercing damage unless you guys would like to take your turn and attempt to dodge. So everybody has a turn available if they would like to try to dodge this attack. And remember, armor has no effect as these fangs find all the chinks in your armor. Anybody dodging?
We'll try.
Okay. So why don't you roll me an evade,
Although,
please?
would it be better if I try to attack them?
I mean, if you can take the D6, I would take it. Otherwise, you can't attack at all.
I don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I guess I can just barely take the D6.
Okay, so you're not dodging. Anyone else dodging? I gotta know before I roll the damage. Okay. 4 points of damage as these tiny fangs bury into your flesh. And unfortunately, I'm gonna roll again. Let's see what happens here. Okay. No, the swarm of spiders seems to believe it has the upper hand, so again. Joint attack. So who has the lowest constitution among those that are standing?
15.
So not
That
you.
would be Day.
Okay. So
13.
6 points of damage today.
Cool. She's
Slash.
down.
Oh man. Okay. I guess then Reginald, you're up.
Yeah, barely. Okay, so a rallying call is an action,
Yes.
which means that he can't do anything else if he...
Right.
So he's going to... Well, he's angry. He's gonna swing with his battle axe at the swarm.
All right. Why don't you attack? It's actually going to, let's see if you succeed.
Yes.
'Cause it's going to attempt to dodge as this weakly swarm that remains is fearful. Okay, so I'm going to try to dodge and see what happens. Okay, so the spiders flee from your attack, which means spiders can go no more. All of their turns have been extinguished. So Reginald, I guess all you can do is move, but in this combat situation, movement doesn't really matter unless you have an idea you want to get somewhere.
No, not at the moment.
Okay, Gideon, I need you to roll me a death roll, please.
Yeah, indeed.
Should be on your character sheet, I believe. Yeah, you got it. Okay, success. 1 success for Gideon. Nice. All right, so Sariel, you are up now. Flaming torch in your hand.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the torch attack for sure.
Okay. So I think after this, after the initial attack, I think it's a regular attack. I think the initial is like automatic hit, you know. But I'll leave the damage. I'll leave it at 2d6 though. So why don't you roll me a, what is it? You said Matt's clubs or hammers?
Yeah, hammers.
So why don't you roll me a hammers, please?
Right, quick. Can it be staffs?
Can it what?
Or stave. I said, can it be stabs? But I meant staves.
Staves?
Right.
I mean, I don't know. Is it your staves is 8? What is your hammers? 5.
5.
We're gonna get in trouble in the comments if we.
I know. We'll roll hammers.
Or you could just use your bow, man. I mean, your bow's a sure. Okay. Well, you succeed. So why don't you roll me 2d6? Look at that, a 4.
Sweet.
Oh man, and you know what? So you burn away all of the rest of the spiders with a mighty, mighty blow, and they're sizzling all around you. It smells of cooked spider as their legs curl up beneath them, which brings us to the end of combat. Everybody, Gideon is down, Day is down. I'll change the music back to something a little more peaceful.
We don't even have bandages. Perfect. Unless one of you guys have bandages.
Potion. A healing potion. Just one.
That would be nice.
Do you have a healing potion? Nobody? Nothing?
No.
Are you have one, Sariel? You're nodding, yes?
Oh, I have one, yeah.
Oh, okay. So once
kidding.
you are back, let's look at the death rolls really quick. It's been a while. So saving life,
You have
you
a
get 0
healing
HP.
potion?
Another person. So
Yeah,
you
I
get a
got
bane if you roll healing.
2 at Daryl's girlfriend's house, and then I tried to use one on Daryl's girlfriend, and that did nothing.
So are you guys going to just wait for him to continually make death rolls, or are you going to try a healing without bandages, which means you are going to suffer a bane to that?
Reginald is gonna try healing Day.
Okay.
Again without bandages.
So why don't you roll me a healing roll as you tend to her wounds, and we'll see what happens with this bane.
Okay. So
Your healing's 12 though. That's pretty good.
yes. So without a oh man, this is gonna suck. So without bandages, 1 bane. Angry, another bane.
Oh, double bane. Another great thing about Dragonbane. I guess it's in the name, right? Tri-bane, and look at that. With 3 banes, or 2 banes I should say, you succeed with a 12. So congratulations. That's
Good grief.
you guys needed these rolls after so many
Nearly
bad rolls.
impossible.
Wow. And healing, what do? D6?
I stop making death rolls and recover D6 HP.
Perfect. Okay, so Day, you can recover D6 HP. And what about poor Gideon, who is lying
I'll try to help Gideon.
like roadkill? Okay. So roll healing with a bane. Don't forget it's got a bane.
Okay. Healing with a bane.
Mhm.
And then
What
an
is your
extra
healing?
bane. Because I'm angry.
Oh, your healing is
6.
6. Now this is going to be the miraculous roll if it happens. Oh, so close. You got a 2 and a 4.
If only that extra
And a
bane was there.
19. Do you want to push the roll? I guess probably not, but
I mean, We're not in combat. Can we sleep yet?
You
Still
can do
no.
a, I believe,
Don't worry,
have
I've
you
got
already
that down.
done a shift rest? I mean, a stretch rest yet?
Well, we can't. I mean, sure, we can go rest, but that will mean Gideon dies. He's not.
Yeah, you got to heal Gideon.
All right, I'm gonna be feeling
You can-
sickly because
Well, so it says, it says that multiple attempts are allowed.
Yes. But I think you have to roll a death roll, right?
Probably.
Between them? Yeah. So why don't you roll me another death roll, Gideon, for now?
so we can't
See what
push
you
it.
get.
The healing roll.
You want to push your healing roll? Okay, his death roll failed. You can if you want.
Yeah, I can.
But you're going to roll, like, yeah, a bunch of banes, so it's up to you. Because you only have a healing of 6. And it's already baned. So
Okay.
it's going to be a tough roll. But you're totally welcome to do it if you want.
I guess we'll let him die then, without trying.
Well, you have a healing potion, don't you?
Oh, that's true. I'm gonna give him a healing potion.
You're going to hang on. You're like, I was going to hang on to it. Okay.
No, I'll give him a healing.
All right,
Take
what is the healing
the
potion?
money he's got first, then give him the healing potion.
Well, how many? Let's look at
Wow.
his rolls. He's got 1 success, 1 failure. If you guys want to attempt again to heal him, like Reginald or Day or somebody, because he still has 2 failures before he's dead. So if he gets 2 more successes, then you guys don't need to do anything. You guys can wait around and just make sure. See when he starts getting really bad on Death's Door if you want.
If Day is up, she's up now. She can
Yep.
turn around and try a healing roll first.
Okay.
She's
Go
the
for it.
best healer.
Yeah.
Holy shit. She only gets the bandage bane, which is suddenly amazing.
Oh, double. Wow. So I'm going to say that's double healing. You know what? I'm just going to say Gideon is fully healed. Let's just do that. Because you rolled not one. You rolled a dragon on your bane roll and your regular roll. So Gideon, you have second life. You rise full HP.
Does that get rid of
Middle
my
aged
death
man's gonna
rolls?
dab.
Yeah, you don't need to do any more death rolls. You're on your feet. Day's going to do
Do
a
I
death. Great.
do I get rid of the mark stuff?
Yeah. Yeah, all your conditions are gone because you're kind
Woo.
of like reset, right?
My goodness, I feel great. Where'd the spiders go?
Okay, so the rest of you, it looks like Reginald and Serial, all of you guys are pretty low HP. We're going to probably wrap the session unless you guys want to do anything else before we end it.
So Day
That's
can't
good.
heal until anyone with magic until she rests. She needs to rest badly.
So are you guys going to do a stretch rest then?
Probably be for the best.
Yes.
Okay, so why don't you guys all do a stretch rest? I guess Gideon, you don't have to.
Would my conditions be gone too?
Yeah, yeah, all your conditions are gone. You're basically rebooted.
Sweet.
Okay, it says I can't do a stretch rest.
Oh, you must have already done it then. Why would you have already done it? Did you accidentally click it or something? Because you guys haven't been in combat at all until now.
Yeah, but we were going like all day and we didn't sleep. So, well, I didn't sleep. Right?
Yeah, but You still should have a stretch rest.
Yeah, we didn't take a stretch rest. So that button should be...
At all? Like last session we didn't?
Well, I'll say you. I think you either mistakenly clicked on it or something because yeah, you guys haven't been in combat for a long time.
My round rest and my stretch rest are both grayed out.
Yeah, because you can only have one round rest once per shift. And we haven't been in combat in a while, so I can't imagine. You must have accidentally clicked it or something. Because you have to do a shift rest now to reset all of that stuff.
Yeah, but you didn't take a round rest during one of our fights.
I'll just say remove a condition of your choice and roll your HP and your willpower. So it's a D6, a D6, and remove a condition. Because I have no memory of that. So you can choose whichever one you want to go, whichever one. And then don't forget to take off a condition. You're subtracting your HP.
Yes, I know. Trying to remember how to...
It's right click, I think. Yeah. Okay, as you guys are nursing your wounds in this cramped chamber, spider webs are just, what's left of them anyway, are swaying in the cold breeze. I think we're going to end it tonight, unless you guys have any last things you want to do before we call it. No?
Not that I can think of.
Okay.
No, God, that was a bad combat.
Woo, yeah, and these are just the spiderlings. Okay, everybody, thanks for hanging out with us tonight. Either if you're watching the stream or in the future on the VOD, appreciate the support. Thank you, Patrick, again, for the amazing Dragonbane system. And Heimat and Andreas for the tunes. And Noel, of course. So that is it. Unfortunately, next week, we're not going to be here, but the following week and for as many weeks as we got to go that we're available, we're going to keep going. So this is a little bit of an extra long session, so hopefully that makes up for it a little bit. So again, thanks everybody. And I got to find the stop stream button here. But we will catch you, not 1 week, but 2 weeks on No More Dragonbane. See you then.